What's poppin', and welcome back to another episode of Fletcher the Fisherman. And today I am going on a fishing mission for some nice LMBs, largemouth bass, whatever you want to call them, those big beautiful green gals that we all love. My rough game plan for today is just to get out there and smack into some nice bass. I'm talking some big old Karens, and hopefully just get us a nice one. That would be really awesome today. I don't really have any specific game plan. There isn't a specific bait that I'm really trying to fish with today. Just gonna kind of get out there, figure out the fish, see what they're up to, and try to get a nice one. But my game plan far is just kind of like where I'm gonna be going to fish is I'm gonna be trying to fish some ponds that I've never fished before. I found a few of them on Google Earth. I've actually like driven by them in the past, just kind of like looking around in neighborhoods and whatnot, and I've never actually fished them. I've always meant to stop and fish them before, but I haven't. It's in a really nice neighborhood, so there's probably a pretty good chance I might get kicked out. But we're just gonna have to see if I'm gonna be able to slip in there or not. Hopefully I don't get kicked out. I really hope not. The ponds look pretty juicy from what I remember, and from like Google Earth, they just look like some nice juicy ponds. But if that doesn't work out, my game plan is to go over to a pond that I've actually fished, I think once, maybe twice on the channel before. It was like my very first mini water plopper video I made out there. It actually did pretty well, so y'all seem to enjoy that one. So hopefully I can go out there and get a nice bass. So I will see y'all at the spot. My bait of choice to start out this morning is this little 5-inch Cinco. It's in a like purple color. I wish I had a black and blue, that would be a little bit better, but this is gonna do fine in this little pond right here. I picked this color just because the water's really stained, and this will just have a lot of contrast in that dirty water. So hopefully a fish can find it and come out and swamp this thing. I don't even know if there's fish in here, so we're just gonna have to find out. All right, I'm not convinced there's not a fish in this drain. Okay, that one was deep in there. That was perfect. Ooh, dang, that was a fish. That was a fish. Got him with the little reel taps, took my worm. Gotta go back up to the car real quick and get one. I think I'm gonna switch over to a little creature bait, just something a little bit more compact. I tend to have a little bit better luck, especially with the bigger fish, with these little creature baits. So I'm hoping this thing does the trick for me. I'm sure there's a nice Karen in here that would love to inhale this thing. All ready to go, let's get back in there. Ooh. What? How did I not get that fish? I'm gonna get back in there though. Holy smokes, I'm glad to at least know there's fish in here. All right, they just playing with me now. They just playing with me now, right there at the edge of me. I think that one was like a little brim though. These girls wanna play games? All right. I can play that game. I can play that game, just wait. There we go. Oh no, I lost him. Ah, just a little guy right there. Probably about maybe a pound. That's probably why I'm having a hard time getting these fish right now. They just got such little mouths. They're probably just barely holding on to like the back end or just like the side of it. Not really fully taking this bait in. Okay, well, you heard it right there. Private property. That is my sign to get out of here and leave. That is just how it goes sometimes. Unfortunately, all you can do is really get out there and try to fish new places. It definitely can at least hurt to try, so there's that. But we're on the way to the next pond, and this next pond that I'm gonna fish is actually one that I fished quite a bit. I've actually fished it once before on the channel, and the good thing about this pond is I actually have permission to fish it. So I'm excited to get there and hopefully get my first bass of the day. Made it to pond number 2. This time I'm actually gonna bring some more stuff with me. I'm gonna bring my cranking rod. I got the Lego crankbait that I made for Noah's video on my rod right now, so I'm gonna take that off. I don't know if the Lego crankbait is gonna do it for me today. I don't think that's the best bait of choice, but let's see, what do I want? Crankbaits. Let's get into the crankbait box right here. Oh, let me see if I can stay on the back of my truck and see the water clarity real quick. Doesn't look too dirty. I think I'm gonna go with the more natural color. Which one's got the knocker? This one's got the knocker. That's the one I want. Got that tied on. That's ready to rock and roll. This is a little tedious, but I think it'll be well worth it. I'm gonna take this little creature bait off of this rod and put it on this one. This is just a little bit more sensitive rod, a little bit better reel, just a little bit all around better setup for pitching and flipping a little worm, or I guess I should say creature bait. And then we're going to take, not the frog, but the little mini whopper plopper and throw it on that rod. Mayday, mayday. We have lost the mini whopper plopper. This is not good. This is not good. Where did it go? I need the sauce. I need it, guys. I think I left it. That's a bummer. I'm just gonna have to use the not as juicy, small, skinny Whopper Plopper. That will have to be the juice today. Maybe it'll change my mind. I'll give it another shot. I usually stick with the small, fat one, but you never know. This little small, skinny one might surprise me today. I think that's it. Got my tools. Throw those in the bag. Got some extra baits. Got my soft plastics. Zip that up, and it looks like we're ready to rock and roll. I'm actually really glad that I spent the time to tie on exactly what I want for this pond. I usually just kind of like grab what I have on and just go, because I get really impatient sometimes. I'm just ready to get to the fish, and I just know if I take that extra time, put on the right stuff, put it on the right rod, it really does make a difference. So that's what I tried to do today, but we are walking up on the pond right now, and it is looking nice and beautiful. Take a look at that, folks. It is looking like a gorgeous day to catch some bass. So let's get right to it. We're gonna start over here, this little dam thing. I don't even know what to call this. Well, let's get start with the worm, but I figured I might as well start with the plopper. Can't hurt. Oh, first cast, first cast. Let's go, let's go. Oh, I think I got him hooked on the back. Check that out. Oh, that makes me happy. First cast on the mini plopper. I think I should just make my channel a dedicated Whopper Plopper channel at this point. It seems like every time I tie it on, I get a fish. My first cast, this video, last video. I mean, the thing does work some magic for me. That is a nice little bass to start the day. Can't complain after missing a few at that last pond. Definitely gonna be looking for some bigger stuff than this, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss this little gal back in, and hopefully we can find us a little bit better one than this little gal. Off she goes. Zing it out on the other side of this thing. I don't even know what to call this thing. It's not a dam. It's a like spillway, spillover. Who knows what the proper terminology is? I don't. All I know is it holds fish up against it. Ooh, ooh, what was that? The line must have wrapped on something on my rod. No more luck right there. Gonna move down here just a little bit down to this sign. Ooh, let's go. I figured there would be one up on that bank. I was just a little too far out that first cast on the plop. Number 2. Getting better, getting better. Nice little fish. Number 2 on the day. Probably about 1.25 pounds, maybe, somewhere around that, but they're getting better, that is for sure. And if you didn't notice what I did right there, I took a cast down that bank line. It was a little bit further out the first one, and I reeled it all the way back. And those fish, they really like to hug up against structure. So I was like, I really don't think that was close enough. Let me take one more cast just to make sure before I walk up. And sure enough, took one more cast, laying a little bit farther out. So I kind of like walked it back to the side, like I walked back on the bank a little bit to get that angle back across the shoreline and hugging that rock wall a little bit better. And sure enough, came right across that thing and plucked this little bad girl right off that rock. Guys, I promise I can catch fish on things besides a Whopper Plopper, but it's just so dang fun. Ooh. If you haven't had the urge to subscribe already, I would just like to let y'all know that I am gonna be starting to do a lot of giveaways here in the next few weeks. Plan on giving away quite a bit of stuff. Want to give away some rods, some reels, some bait, all kinds of stuff, just as a token of thanks for watching my vids, supporting me in what I want to do with my career, hopefully being able to do this full time in the next few months. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more epic content that is coming up. Got a lot of fun trips planned to hopefully catch some donks and some other stuff. So don't come crying to me if you don't turn those notification bells on and I get a video, I catch a 20-pounder and you miss it. I don't want to hear it. I warned you here. But in actuality, if I actually did catch a 20-pounder, that might be the end of the channel because I'd probably have a heart attack and die on the spot. I'd be so excited. Time to switch tactics once again. Gonna do a little bit of cranking. Let's go ahead and whip this thing out there. Probably should check the drag. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, oh my gosh. That's better. I know in my last video I said that I don't really like throwing crankbaits in ponds too much just because they get snagged easy. There are exceptions, ponds that I've fished a good bit. I'll usually get to know them pretty well And once I realize kind of what the bottom structure is, I know where I can and where I can't throw them from dragging creature baits and stuff like that across it. But this is a pretty good spot for this pond. I've never hung up around here, so I'm hoping we can pick one up. That'd be very nice. Oh, one followed it up. One followed it up. One followed it up. One followed it up. Yes, I repeated that like 5 times. Oh, that was like a 2-pounder. No. All right, this is it. This is fish number 3. I'm calling it right here. Right up underneath the only tree on the pond. There we go. I knew there had to be one up under there. Get over here. The whopper plopper's just unfair at this point. Just unfair. Look at that. Oh yeah, they're getting better. Each one has gotten a little bit bigger. Help this little dude. Oh, that was barely in there. I didn't even need those. That is a good little fish though. They keep getting better, keep getting bigger. This fish is a little bit skinny. Actually, a good bit skinny. I wouldn't even say a little bit. If he was filled out though, he probably could be pushing, I don't know, 2.5, 3 pounds if he was really filled out like a football. But hey, I can't complain. She's just chilling. We're vibing right now. We're big time vibing. All right, you good? A little pat on the chin. I'm gonna try to follow that fish up with the little soft plastic right here. I think we might be able to get another one if pulling that fish out of there didn't spook them. Because I can promise you that wasn't the only fish up there. They are really hugging the bank line though. Both of these last 2 fish have come just like a few inches off the bank. Oh, missed one. And on that note, we're in need of a new soft plastic. I think I'm gonna switch colors. This pond is looking a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna try to go with a more natural like green color. This is just some kind of green with a little red flake in it. Should do the trick. Well, that is it for that pond. I'm moving up to pond number 2, which is right here. It's a good bit smaller. I've actually caught some pretty decent sized fish out of here. And there's actually a 3rd pond that's like right over that hill that drains into this one. But I've never really actually fished in it. As you can see, the sky above me now is now bright and blue. That means the sun is high in the sky. So our topwater bite may have come to an end. I'm still gonna mess around with it a little bit, but hopefully we can pick up some fish on some other baits. I definitely really would like to stick a nice one either on that crank or that crawl. So let's go ahead and get these guys in the water, see if we can't find one. You know what, I was gonna start with the crawl, but I'm feeling like I'm gonna crank. I am feeling like I'm gonna crank right now. I really think this has a good chance of getting me a little bit better bite than that crawl does. This water's a lot cleaner than that other pond too. That'll definitely be good for this really natural bluegill looking crankbait. Hold up. There's a fish blowing up on the edge of that grass over there. See if I can't get him with a plopper. Oh, no, it's tangled. Got it undone. All right, time to send it. Consider it sent. Yes. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. You always gotta keep your eyes on the peel, looking for any kind of activity on the water. Saw that fish popping off on some stuff on that edge of that grass. Got right over there with a nice cast and he smoked it. Oh, I see another fish right here, guys. There's literally another fish right there swimming off. I'm gonna try to get him to let him go. Try to get this fish right here. Hold up. He just swam barely off this bank. I don't know how far he swam, but we're gonna try to get him. I'm shook right now. I cannot get a bite on this creature bait since this morning to save my life. And I have thrown it quite a bit. I'm just stunned that they're not biting this thing. What in the world? I just saw another fish pop over next to that thing. Let me try to get the plopper back over there. There could be more. I mean, clearly there is if another fish has popped over there. No luck there. I'm gonna try to, oh God, that was up in that tree. Oh, come out. Oh! Oh my gosh, that was like Matrix right there. I flung that whopper plopper right back at me. I mean, it was going straight for my face and I slipped out from underneath my feet and that whopper plopper just about grazed my head. That is hilarious. Maybe I can sling my crank all the way over there. Oh, don't sail on me. Ah, crap, I might not get that back. Oh, that's a goner. That is a goner. It just sailed on me from the wind. Just a teensy bit, just enough to lose it on the tree. RIP crankbait number 323,761. You will be missed. Oh, that feels like a little bit better fish. That feels like a little bit better fish. Coming right at me. Coming right at me. Oh, just kidding. I don't know why that felt like a good fish at first. He was really pulling for this little size. Oh, thank you for biting, bud. That's probably why he was hooked right there in the... Oh, God. Oh, floppy little guy got me good with one of his little fins. Stuck me real good. He was hooked right there behind the fin, so I guess that's why he was pulling good. I guess his body just had a good angle in the water, really pulling a lot of drag, probably going out that way. But once I turned him, he came right to me. Well, I think a little piece of his dorsal fin might have stuck into my hand and like snapped off in there. I'm gonna have to check that out. But that is fish number 4, getting a little bit smaller, but this is probably the healthiest fish I've caught all day. Filled out pretty well for his size, but right now I'm pretty shocked at how well the whopper ploppers work it, especially this time of day. I mean, it's probably 12:30 right now. It's the heat of the day, and these fish are still biting topwater really good, and they won't even touch anything else. They wouldn't touch my crankbait. They haven't touched my crawl yet. I am just really confused as to what's going on right now, but hey, I will never complain about a nice topwater bite. Let's keep it moving. Think you bested me this time, little bud. Thought you were a good one, and then you poked me pretty good. Oh, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. That was an instant hit. Well, I was just about to say, I was literally looking down at my GoPro to make sure it was rolling when that fish hit. That's kind of why I missed it right there. But what I was gonna say is the big ones have evaded me so far today. Caught a decent amount of little dinkies, but I mean, I'd like a nice one. Try to get in there with the crawl. If he's still hanging out, that might get him. Oh, goodness. Ah, that's unfortunate. Really want to get one on something besides the plop today. That bass jumped again over there. No, no. I got distracted by the fish jumping over there. Missed another bite. Okay, I'm done playing games now. You're mine, fish. You are mine. There we go. There we go. Finally got one on the creature bait. Finally. Not a good one, but I'll take it. They've avoided me on this thing all day. I've been going at it for like a good 30 minutes or so. Just a little, okay. Well, I was gonna say just a little dinker, but you know, he decided he was gonna flop in. We were working on the fish's terms today, but he was up there nice and good, tucked up underneath that tree. Just did a little skip cast and he popped it as soon as it hit the water. If I get a fish in this spot, this would be crazy. This is a tight spot. Look at that. We are going commando up in the trees right here. Got ourselves another little one on the worm. Just barely enough room to squeeze in here. Got him from the top of the rocks. You thought you were safe there, little bud, but you have not come across Fletcher the Fisherman. That's your problem. Bring him out here where I can release him nice and easy. Off she swims. On that note, I think that about does it for today. That was a cool little epic moment to end the day on. Even though we did not catch any big fish, it was still a good day of fishing. You can't always catch the big ones, but hopefully y'all still enjoyed the video. And if you did, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you aren't already. Go ahead and hit the little notification bell as well. But as always, bassing is passion. Peace out.